centre of the coax to here, and we're effectively putting the braid of the coax will go there. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Callum from DX Commander. There is one antenna that I haven't made yet, but I'm about to. Very keen to build this. It's called a half square. And what does it do and how does it work? And what we will do is we'll model this on the software. So a half square is effectively, we'll make some trees, shall we? Just in case you've got the right sort of trees knocking around. All right, we'll give you a tree there and a tree there, coming down to the ground. And what is a half square? A half square is you've got some wire along here, a wire along there, and you've got some wire coming down. And the dimensions are, and by the way, that is not on the ground, okay? The ground is there. It's just off the ground and no more. Is fine. And we feed it in one top corner with some coax, all right? And just bring the coax away somehow. How long is all this stuff? So it's basically split into quarter waves. So we use the blue pen. If there's a quarter wave from there to there, that's also a quarter wave. And then we've got effectively 2 quarter waves here. All right, so it's a wavelength of wire. So we've got a quarter here, quarter, and there's another quarter there. But obviously where it's fed in the corner, we've got 3/4 of wire coming along, and then our coax needs to fit. So the center of the coax doesn't really matter. We've got our coax here. We'll put the center of the coax to here, and we're effectively putting the braid of the coax will go there. And you could use like a dipole center or some sort of doublet center to do that for you and keep the engineering fine. Right. It performs a little bit about like two inverted, it performs a little bit like 2 phased verticals through the middle. Now I've drawn one and intentionally made it so it droops slightly at the top with the angles. So everything's been kind of forced over because I wanted to do this using on 40 meters using a 12 meter pole. So I would come up, right? We sell these signature 12.4s. So I'll lose the top of the 12.4 and I'd come off the top here, and that would be my half square. But when I've heard people using them, and they normally sound pretty blooming strong. Why is that? So if I've got this at 7.2 megahertz, we'll just start it. It just so happens I got almost a perfect match to 50 ohms, 1.05 it says here. But I'm interested in the far field plot. Okay, so if we just look at, first of all, what it looks like here, you can see roughly what's going on is that we've got more gain going straight through the middle. So bearing in mind that a straight vertical, the gain, a straight vertical with some radials now, okay, yeah, depending how many radials, but a couple of wavelengths of radials, let's say, on the average ground, at 5 degrees off the horizon, okay, and I'll try and do kind of 5 that way, 5 degrees off the horizon, we'll be achieving gain of minus 5 dB, decibels. It doesn't sound very good, but it's fine, right? Minus 5. Okay, so what are we getting at 5 degrees off the horizon with this? So elevation 5. And I measure this here. It says minus 1.7. Well, that's actually quite substantial, okay? It's about 3, possibly 4 dB. Well, 4 dB is like doubling the power. But in 2 directions. You're going that way and that way. And then off the side here, we're getting minus 13, 14, that sort of thing. But our 3 dB point, minus, say, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 5. So we've certainly got 1, 2, 3. We've got about 60 degrees this way. I always say that way there to the left because that's my USA. If I build anything, I'm always thinking about the USA is I could rotate it around. So it'd be up here would be for VKZL for me, or long paths down there. And then about 290 in the UK, you've got the USA. So I don't know, if you built one of these, you fancy building one of these, you've got a couple of trees, this costs you nothing, remember. Just a bit of wire and a way of getting your coax up there. And you'll be achieving some lovely looking game figures, really nice looking game figures. You could phase these, I assume, together, make one slightly bigger than the other. Sorry, I'll start again. I might have confused myself there. We could build one here and then another very, very slightly bigger one there, but that one would be closed, okay? There would be no feed point at all. We could feed this one here and use the one on the right as a reflector. There. That's the reflector, so more of our gain will go through the middle. Now, if you're prepared to hang around, I will quickly draw that just to see if I'm wrong or right. So let's just speed up the film and let's see if we can do that. Hang on.
Right, let's just see what happens now.
Okay, with a bit of jiggery pokery, in fact, we could optimize. I mean, just have some fun, all right? I'm just looking for roughly what's going to happen if we just briefly optimize it, just to see if we get any better numbers. But I would have thought we get more gain going one way or the other. If you've built a steerable or directional half square, I'd be fascinated to know what it looks like. Let's just have a look. Okay, so we got a bit going over there. My guess is if we did this right, it would be even better. 0.5. 0.5. About 6 dB. My guess is it would be a lot better than that if I spent some time faffing around with it. But anyway, just to give you some inspiration, that is what a half square is. In my book, there might be other ways of doing that, by the way. I know somebody who does this with, he's got a 9-to-1 and all sorts of stuff. But fundamentally, this should give you a match. You've got to lift the bottom off the ground, 30 centimetres, 1 foot or whatever, and go for it, all right? Now, if you want me to build this and test it out, let me know in the comments, and that will re-motivate me to build, because I've got a ton of stuff I want to build. We're just trying to finish the website off right now. That's my one project left. Then we can spend all winter building all sorts of stuff. All right, all the best now. Next video is coming up here. Have a great day. That's what a half square is. All the best for now. Bye for now.